Hey everyone, we are on day 22 of our 40-day prayer challenge. We've just finished 3 weeks and it's been an awesome journey. If you're just now joining us, I encourage you to check out some of our older videos as well because we want all of these videos to be a blessing for you. We want it to stimulate your prayer life and your thoughts and your relationship with God. Today we're going to be talking about making difficult decisions. And researchers have estimated that the average adult makes about 35,000 decisions a day. Most of those are really simple. There's not a whole lot of repercussions for them, and we just don't even really think about it. It's subconscious. But there are also those decisions that are really weighing heavy on our hearts. And we are like wrestling with what are the pros and the cons of this or that, and we're just trying to juggle all these different responsibilities, and we don't know where to go. Sometimes we feel stuck. And so today we're going to look at a story in Judges chapter 6 where we encounter someone else who is also struggling with what to do. How do we find clarity to do the right thing? And so there's this hero named Gideon, and he's chosen by God to be a leader for the Israelites. And he's like, God, I want to make sure I'm going in the right direction. I need to have this figured out so that I can try and lead your people. And so he sets up this means of communication with God. And it's going to sound like a test, but it's not that we're trying to test God. It's that we're creating a mode of communication. And he says this to God, okay, if this is what you want me to do, then I'm going to lay out this fleece or this blanket outside. And in the morning, I'm going to come and check on it. And if the fleece is wet, but all the ground around it is dry, then that will be you affirming or confirming this plan of action. And so the next day, Gideon goes and checks on the blanket, and it's totally wet, and all the ground is dry. And he's like, that's what you asked for. That's the guidance and the direction. But he says, okay, hold on, God. I want to really make sure that this is what you want me to do. And so he says, I'm going to put the blanket out again, and this time I want the blanket to be totally dry, but all the ground around it is going to be wet. So he goes to bed, next day comes back, and it's exactly what he expected. And so this is an example where somebody in the biblical story, the biblical narrative, is seeking guidance. And we're trying to figure out what we're supposed to do too. It's 2020, and a lot of us are overwhelmed with what we're supposed to be doing with our life. Some of us had plans that were totally thrown out the window because so much is out of our control. And it makes us feel really uncomfortable. And we're like, I need stability. I need to feel rooted and grounded. And so whatever it is that you're wrestling with, I want to challenge you to lay that down for God and to just surrender it. And so today in your prayer journal, whether you have the official journal or just a piece of paper, draw a circle, and inside that circle, write down the decision that you're considering, or maybe a few different decisions that you're wrestling with. Write them inside that circle. And let's add something else to this scenario. Write within that circle as well somebody that you want to invite into your prayer life. Our relationship with God is incredibly personal, but it's also communal. We want to be a body of believers and a family in Christ. And so write down somebody's name who you feel like God is putting on your heart to pray in this scenario, to wrestle with these decisions. Because life is a huge challenge, and we're not called to try and do this thing on our own. We want to follow Jesus faithfully. We want to do it with other people. So write your circle, the decisions that you're wrestling with, and somebody that you want to invite to pray with you. I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll see you guys later. Grace and peace.